Hey Lumineers, my name is Shaik and I'm here to learn Lorcana together with you. Note that this is not a how to play tutorial. If you're looking for that, this is the wrong place. What this is a safe haven where I will play some Lorcana games and explain my choices. You in turn will call me on my misplays or faulty logic and help me to get better so I can help you to get better. So we do have these dudes for top end, but we're gonna start off with a 1 and a 3. I just want my 2 drop. I don't really need, well, I'll keep one of these for to make sure I have something to ink, and it's just a good card as it replaces itself. There we have our 2. Another 1. So we're gonna ink this dude because I don't see us playing him in the following turns, and play the Archimedes. Wonder how to play this card. Like, it's good to exert your opponent's card and then slam into it. Is that what it's used for? Nice. I've been thinking about a deck with the Amber Amethyst that plays the Maleficent that can lure for 2 or quest for 2, and the Lilo that can also quest for 2. And just like make it hyper aggressive. Let's see here. We're gonna go for the, well, ink this Maleficent. Nah, because she grabs us a card, right? So we're gonna ink the LeFou. We're gonna quest with this dude. We're gonna play this dude, and we're gonna restand this dude, and then we'll pass. So why was I doubting? I want to keep my options open on the next cards we're gonna play. So either Maleficent, Elsa, or Aladdin. If I inked one of these cards, I wouldn't be able to play the other. Then I could have inked the Maleficent, but she does draw me an additional card though, and I'm playing against Amethyst, so they're gonna have a lot of cards. So we also need to have a lot of cards, and we're also playing against Sapphire, and I think they also draw a lot of cards. So now because we've drawn into this dude, it makes sense to play this dude. Still want to keep my options open, so I'll ink this dude to be able to play this dude, and then use him to slam into there, and then quest with him. But we're running low on cards, so that's why we need the Maleficent. So maybe it would have been better to ink the Elsa. Oh, vanilla Elsa. Another Maleficent. So now I am going to ink the Elsa. I think that's correct, right? Because we do want to keep our card draws going. Nice, that's a good card. And then we'll just quest with everything. Pass. So, did you guys get your starter decks, cards, booster packs, whatever? I got my starter decks. I didn't get any booster packs or booster boxes apart from the ones you get with the starter deck. And I have to say, I find the cardstock being kind of, I know, flimsy or something. I think they use like 20% less cardboard than other card games do. Oh, nice. So why'd you get 3 of them? So yeah, they feel kind of flimsy, and I find that that's too bad, man, because it's a card game, right? So the focus should be on the cards. Let's see here. We can go into this Aladdin, but Oh no, we can't. Oh, he killed out my Aladdin. Oh, that's cool. So then we don't go into this. Then I'd rather go into the queen. I do think I don't, well, do we then need that? Well, for top end. So let's remove Maleficent to be able to play the queen. And then just do this and pass. And then use her to draw us cards. Use this to be able to clear something problematic and save this for later. All right. So I think this is then the moment you use Elsa, right, to Bell. So you can tap the queen, so you can attack into the queen, trying to get rid of her. Because this is just a problematic card. Oh, nice, another queen. So we don't want her to quest, we want her to use ability, ink discard. So that, we can just take this trade. Elsa can take one of our dudes, which is too bad. So maybe best to play the Maui now, and then take this trade. Alright, because then you can choose, like, will I do this, or will I try to get additional value? But leaving the Maui up is, I think, bad. Because it has 6 attack, so it can just take out a lot of stuff. So we're winning the race on the lore. But seeing the Bell, you know, if they get to pull off the combo, we'll just lose, because Bell can quest for a lot. Although I think you have to have 10 lore or 10 ink for that, right? So they're still ways off. They did not take this trade, so we'll take this trade, and we won't ink this turn. Just play another queen. But before we do, we'll use this effect to draw. Oh, that's a good card. To draw a good card, and then play the queen. We'll take this trade and just save the Maui for something big later. Then if we get an inkable card next turn, we can play the Aladdin. And if we get another inkable card the turn after, we can play the Elsa. I can see the appeal of this deck. It has a lot of tools. So what do you do? Oh, you didn't shift. Oh, she heals people. Oh, that's cool. Didn't shift because values the bodies on board more. I get that. Maui has too much. Oh, I wonder. Let's see. So if I do this, right? Draw a card. Okay. Play this dude. Restand her. Draw another card. Ha, nice. Draw another card. Save the Maui for her. So we are going to get rid of our Aladdin now because we have more options available to us. And then we can do Rafiki and then suicide Rafiki into the Jasmine and play the mirror. pass. So this Jasmine actually can't, doesn't have anything to heal now. And if she attacks or lures our Maui, will take care of her. Alright. Let's see. Well, let's first draw a card with the Queen. Draw another card. We don't really need the Aladdin, so we can ink the Aladdin. Use the mirror to draw another card. Nice. Take this trade. And then play Maleficent to draw another card. Oh, we're still on 35 cards, so we're not gonna deck out anytime soon. Start luring or questing, and now we're on 8, right? So next turn we can do the Elsa and then just go quest Elsa into Elsa. If they play something problematic, we have 2 Dragonfires to take care of it, like this card. Unless they're also going to play the Aurora card with it, because then we can't target the princess. I believe she gives all other characters ward. So we can't choose them. But because she did this, we do need to take care of it, and I'd rather take care of it now because this could be an Aurora. So we'll Dragonfire this one. Then we have 3 left, so we can play the Aladdin. And I think maybe now it's time to just start questing, right? So we'll play the Aladdin. Steal some lore, quest, and quest. Because this is then lethal next turn. We're on 5, so he needs to take care of at least one of our characters. But then we also have this Aladdin that will quest for 1 more. So actually he needs to take care of 2 of our characters. And that'll do it. So now our Aladdin is going to take care of Jasmine. We're not going to take care of the Elsa yet, but that's okay. Well, maybe it's better to play the Elsa, because then I think that's more pressure, right? That guarantees more, because I can choose this and this. We are gonna quest with this, and now both his he can't do anything with both his characters, whereas with the Aladdin he just couldn't do anything with Jasmine. And that's gonna be game. Quest. All right. Excuse me. So let's do one more. I'm starting to get the hang of the deck. Still don't know how you are supposed to play against the mirror match. Let's see, because this is a good card and you can't play it on 2, right? And then we have our 3, so let's try to keep it. We do need to keep an inkable card, which would be the friends from the other side, because that's also important, right? Like, make sure you still have a card you can ink. And here again, we're gonna ink the red card and play the red card, so our opponent doesn't know right off the bat what we're playing. All right, so we're playing against Amber, Amethyst. let's see. We are then going to just play our magic mirror. Are we? Well, we're gonna get rid of the Artemis then. He's a 1/1. What does he do? Oh, he gains invasive if he plays another character. Okay, interesting. So, magic mirror and Minnie Mouse. That's gonna be a problem, as she can just take or get rid of our Sergeant Tibbs, and now Pascal is evasive. And we have no way to take care of the Minnie Mouse. So I don't want to play Rafiki, so I'm going to play Aladdin to stop the advantage and then not quest with Sergeant Tibbs. That does mean that we need to ink friends from the other side. Play the Aladdin and then just pass. Because we don't want to give him the easy kill here. We're the control deck. All right. So I think not questing with Mini is correct here because we have the Rafiki, but I know that does our opponent. And he does not. We do get an inkable Aladdin. Even though we do have an Aladdin on board, we do need to keep on inking because we play a lot of high cost cards, right? So I am going to ink this Aladdin. Otherwise, we're not advancing, which is too bad. But now we can play this Rafiki and then take this trade. And then we're safe to start questing again. Well, you're playing Amber, so obviously you're playing the Lilo and no, not the Lilo, the Stitch Rockstar combo. He took that trade because Rafiki has 3 attack, but that does make Rafiki very valuable because he took 2, and now he's doing the same to us. Great. Getting Queen on 5 is nice if we had another inkable card. So I think we're just gonna magic mirror this because I don't really want to ink the Queen to see if we can get another inkable card, which we do. So we're gonna ink the Shield of Virtue. Tibbs is just gonna stand here, but I'd rather have him smash his Rafiki into Tibbs rather than into our Queen later on. But we're losing on board, so it would be nice to grab like what's it called? Be prepared to deal with these pesky Pascals. I have to say though, this is also nice. 2 Pascals, both getting evasive. Not bad. Hope the sound is better for you guys. Well, I don't really feel the need to start singing, but seeing all these cards does give me like a nostalgia feeling. So yesterday I rewatched like 3 of the movies. Let's see. We need to get the Queen on board here. Then we have the Elsa. I don't think the Elsa is going to be... Oh, you can shift into the other Elsa for 6. So maybe that's the correct play, because then we can try to start winning back on board. But that does mean inking the Queen. Well, he has enough power now to take out the Queen anyways. And with the Elsa, because she freezes, he shouldn't have enough power to take her out yet. So we'll ink the Queen and we'll try it with the Elsa. That also enables us to play the magic mirror again. So if we ever get 8 ink, we can draw double cards. We should take this trade, right? And he knows it. That's why he didn't slam into the tips. So yeah, let's take this trade. And then pass. So yeah, the Disney movies I watched were, let's see, the Princess and the Frog. I watched Mulan, and I watched Moana. So now we're losing the race. Which, not gonna lie, kind of... Right. See, and this is then the recursion with the brooms. So we need to take care of this Mickey. Oh, interesting. Now we draw into a Maui, so that means that we actually don't need to play the Elsa this turn yet. What's better? I think playing the Elsa still, because we're losing. Yeah, because we're losing on board. We need to take care of that Mickey, but then we get damage on our Elsa. So no, I'd rather play the Maui. Play the Maui. Take care of the Mickey. And then use her to quest, because if I exert the broom, it doesn't matter, right? Because next turn it just gets restand. So use her to quest. But we don't have like the bam comeback card. And we're not gonna get rid of the pesky Pescals. So we're actually on a clock. We have 4 turns to win. That's a card that we needed to get rid of, but okay, so it would have been better to play the Elsa last turn, because Elsa, but then we couldn't exert the Queen. Huh. No, interesting. I don't think we misplayed. However, we did kinda mess up, or at least our opponent has put us again in a difficult spot, because if we play the Elsa, we can't get rid of the Queen. So we have to play the Elsa, shift into her, then the Queen and a Pascal, and then start questing with her. I don't want to ink the Maleficent because she naps us another card. And hopefully we'll draw into some removal. The Foo. No, not gonna cut it. Play the Maleficent. Draw a card. There's our removal. Use the mirrors, draw another card. Oh, this can be sung by Elsa. Oh, interesting. Let's see. She has... Oh, the opponent has 4. So that gives her 17 next turn. We also need to quest, right? So we're gonna use this turn to quest. And then next turn we're also probably gonna quest and just play Be Prepared. Instead of singing it. Because we need to keep up the race. I think because it's 4, opponent can afford to draw a card with the queen and then do Maleficent, because then we have, you know, lethal is on board and probably has enough to play another character this turn. Or maybe he's thinking of taking the trade with Elsa. Yeah, and then draw a card. Yeah. And there is a Mickey Mouse. Oh, kinda. Okay. So our opponent kinda overexerted here. I think playing one character would have been enough, because I can't get rid of the Pascals, and I'd have to take care of this dude and take care of these 2 dudes. So maybe our opponent overexerted itself here. So what's better? We can Be Prepared, sing it with Elsa, then we're on 12. That does give us a lot of mana to spare, but then we have to get back on board. So 7 will be behind though. So quest with this. And then I think it's best to sing Be Prepared so that we can get back on board with Maleficent, draw an additional card. So maybe first draw an additional card then. Yeah. Draw a card. Be Prepared. We want to sing it. Alright, then play the Maleficent, draw another card. And see, because now we have the Dragonfire, so we can control the board. Our opponent is low on hand. So maybe we can make a comeback. That would be nice. Also, good morning to the watchers that just joined. Alright. That's a good card for Dragonfire. We didn't get an inkable card, but maybe with the mirror we do. Because then we... no, because we can't play the mirror this turn. Ooh, that's too bad. An inkable card would have been great. But we need to take care of these guys, right? So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to see if the lone Maleficent can do it all by herself. One more inkable card would have been nice, because then we could have also dropped the Rafiki. Right. Float some with Rush. Oof. Well, I guess the Maleficent couldn't do it on her own. This helps. We do need to take care of also the floatsome. So like this dude can suicide into that dude. This dude can then get played and take back one lore. But it is an inkable card though. So if we ink this card, this dude into that dude, draw more cards. But then we, because then we just lose on board. Because then we're playing from behind. Okay, so play this card. We need to take care of this card. And then play this card, because this one also gives us back. And if he plays something big, we can Dragonfire it. And if he goes wide, then I don't know. We need to draw into another Be Prepared or something. This, if we can get this one down, that'll also be great. Draw another card, steal another lore. Quests for one. All right. Should we ink this one? We need to get this one down, right? And we don't really need to deal with these two. I think this would be enough. So, yeah, ink this one, because then we set up next turn to double mirror if we need to. Ursula to draw a card. Oh, that's nice. And then just quest with this, because now we're even again. All right. This is 4 lore, so he's going to take this straight, definitely. And then just, maybe this straight, but rather this one. This one would be better, because then your Rafiki lives. Quests for 1, so he's on 15. Also, if I make any misplays, right? Let me know. Opponent taking long to think about his turn. Maybe also... Oh, no, he doesn't have to be prepared because he's playing Amber. So, yeah, so he's just going wide. So we actually do need to... We're dead on board if we don't clear his cards. Let's see here. He needs 4. You quest for 2, you quest for 1. So we can kill this one. We can take this trade. So then he has 1, 1. Rafiki can go into his Rafiki. So yeah, we play the Dragonfire on the Ariel. We play our Rafiki to take care of his Rafiki. Aladdin goes into Stitch. We use Ursula, and now we're finally won back the tempo of the game. Wow, that was rough, man. So we do ink her just in case whatever we draw next turn, right? So now he needs to deal with our Ursula or else he'll lose, and he only has 1 lore on board. Next turn we have the mirrors to draw back a bunch of cards if he does deal with the Ursula. And hopefully we'll draw then into something that can clear the board. Or like another Dragonfire or something, right? but I don't think he has it. Wow, we actually won this one. I wasn't expecting that. All right, cool. So let's do one more, and then I'm gonna stop. We'll be back later this afternoon, but then I'm gonna play some IRL Lorcana. A buddy of mine's going to be joining me. He has his starter decks, I have mine. So we'll see which one is better. We need the 1, 2, 3. I'm not so sure about the 2 though, but better than nothing. I'm going to keep this card as well, so that we have the option to either draw more cards or play the Aladdin. Or what we could also do is, or at least we have a card that we can ink. All right, so our opponent is playing Amber. Yeah, and he inked an Hey Hey. All right. Now, the thing is, right, I don't think we want to play the Aladdin. I'd rather play the Maleficent. But we do have 2 of those, so it's better to keep our options open. So then we'll ink the Maleficent, because then we keep our options open. And then instead of playing the Sergeant Tibbs, we'll play the Archimedes. Why? Because now our opponent, like us, doesn't know what other color we're playing, right? And now we know, oh, he's playing Amethyst, Amber. But he doesn't know what we're playing. We actually need to take care of this card. Because it just gives additional info to your opponent. Like, for instance, if he knew that I was playing Ruby, he knows that I'm playing Be Prepared, which I have in hand. So if he ever gets out of hand, or if he ever overexerts the board, then he'll just lose to the Be Prepared. Okay, so let's see. We want to play the Magic Mirror this turn. So we're gonna ink the friends on the other side, because I value the body of Maleficent more. Play the Magic Mirror. Don't want to take this trade. If he wants to, he can. But if he doesn't, we'll trade into the Yzma. And he doesn't, so we can just trade into the Yzma, because that will prevent him from always looking at the top card of his deck. Alright, so turn 3. I do think we need to play the Aladdin to stop him from gaining all that lore. I don't want to ink the Maui, because we'll need that later. I don't think the Tibbs we're going to play anytime soon, right? So we'll ink the Tibbs. So now he knows we're playing red, but we're also playing Aladdin. So he knows anyways. And then take this trade. All right. So opponent trying to race me here. Let's see. It would be better to play the Maleficent to draw additional cards. So inking the Elsa. And hopefully we'll draw into an inkable card next turn, so that we can play the Maui. Queen is also very good. Let's see. We don't need to take care of his characters per se. I'd rather have the Maui do that, because Maui survives and can potentially take out another character. So we're just going to quest and try to keep up with his lore. And also we still have to be prepared for if he really gets out of hand, which he should be prepared for. See a lot of people playing that voiceless Ariel. Can't help but feel that there might be a better card. Alright, so our opponent is going to win on board now. It takes us 2 more turns to go to the be prepared. Because then turn 5, 6, wow. No, it's going to take us 3 more turns to play be prepared. So we actually do need to contest the board. Best way to do that is Maleficent into Rafiki, and then play the Maui into one of the, well, into the Stitch, because otherwise we're going to see the Rockstar. What are we going to ink? We're going to ink the Aladdin, because Queen draws us more cards. And then play the Maui. Hit into the Rafiki, because we're trading up. And then Maui into the Stitch, and also the Rafiki could have taken out our Maui. So now if he wants to take care of the Maui, he needs to either sacrifice both Maleficents, which I don't think he's going to do, or have some kind of removal. Another Rafiki in hand perhaps, but then Maui still takes 2 cards, which is nice. So, yeah, again, an uphill battle, losing on lore, losing on board, but we seem to be stabilizing. Is this the, yeah, that is the rush one. See, Maui now takes 2 cards. And we still have to be prepared and the Dragon's Fire to take care of something very annoying, and to be prepared to take care of a lot of less annoying things. We are going to, oh, well, if we play the Queen now, right, then that means that we're not inking this turn. That means that it'll take longer to play the be prepared. But Queen contests the board. So maybe that's the better play here. So we're playing the Queen. We're not going to use her to draw cards, but rather to contest the Maleficents. And if he then plays something big or annoying, we can Dragonfire it, and then Queen can still do her job. Because right now, we're not going to be able to win the race. We just need to outvalue our opponent and win back the board. And then when our opponent is out of resources, we can just rack up the questing. And I also think, oh no, he's not. Okay. So I thought our opponent is playing conservative because he knows we have to be prepared. But by dropping these 2 cards, it makes me wonder if he actually does know that. So we do have to ink this Queen. Just because this is a lot of, these are a lot of minions, right? So be prepared would be handy to play here. We do need to get rid of a Maleficent, or else he's going to rack up too many lore. Is there anything else we're going to do this turn? No, I don't think so. We don't need to Dragonfire anything because we're going to be prepared. So we'll use the mirror to draw. And there's our inkable for next turn. So next turn it's draw with Queen and then be prepared. Let's see if our opponent is going to overexert to the board again. Would be nice. But I think 3, he shouldn't, because 3 lore is enough. 3 lore puts him on 14. But he is going to play the Mickey, setting up lethal, I believe. No, it's just 1-off lethal. Because he's just 1-off lethal, I don't think it was correct to play the Mickey. Especially if you're playing against red. Well, maybe he doesn't know, right? Game's new, so maybe he doesn't know. But yeah, because you're playing against red, there's always a threat of be prepared. So we're going to use the queen now to draw another card. And then we're going to wipe the board. So now we're ahead with card advantage. Our opponent is ahead with lore. But we do have the Dragonfires, we have inkable cards, the Aladdin's gonna win us back some lore. So we're looking good, actually, despite the big setbacks. Let's see, we do need to ink something. This is 2, so that's okay. So we're gonna ink the Sergeant Tibbs, and we need to play something big, right? So we're gonna play the Aladdin. We're just gonna play him. All right. And if he quests with these guys, then we can win back the 2 lore that he gets from them. So he needs to have something to deal with the Aladdin. If he has something annoying, like the Mickey, we'll just Dragonfire it to get rid of it, and then play Friends on the other side. That's 8. So draw 2 cards. And we have enough tools on board now to refill our hands, because Magic Mirror, Friends on the other side. And it looks like he's not going to be able to deal with the Aladdin, so he's probably debating, should I quest with my characters? I think at this point you should. No, you shouldn't, actually. No, you shouldn't, because Aladdin steals 2 lore from you. So I think that was wrong. Because now we're gonna take this. Right. And start winning back some lore. We do want to take care of the Mickey. So that can go. And instead of playing the LeFou, well, how strong does this guy get? He gets to be a 2. Nah, that's all right. So instead of playing the LeFou, we're gonna draw 2 cards. And then, well, we can ink a card this turn. Still, are we? No, because I want to save the LeFou for next turn to restand the Aladdin to get a little bit more value out of him. Well, the second Aladdin is nice. I don't think we're gonna ink. It's fine. Just pass. Rather keep all these options open. So I actually don't know how my opponent can come back from this now. Only has 2 cards in hand. He doesn't have a board wipe. I only think he can send cards back to hand with like befuddle. All right, and there's a Mickey, Minnie. Yeah, and he can't quest because of the Aladdin. So Aladdin is going to quest, which and then we'll be able to play the LeFou to restand the Aladdin, making him not able to quest again next turn. And let's see, we'll play the Queen so that the Queen can start drawing us cards, right? Because this costs 4 as opposed to this, which is free. And I still don't think we need to ink. So even though we're behind on lore, we're winning back the board. This Ruby Amethyst deck is pretty interesting. Like you just have a lot of tools to come back, right? Oh, whoops. Oh, that was a mistake. Let's see. I do think we need to get rid of the Mickey. So we'll Dragonfire the Mickey. We'll grab a card with the Queen. We can ink this dude. And then we'll play the Elsa. And then, because this is just a free trade. But then they are tapped, so that's fine. All right. So yeah, Aladdin should have gone after the Mickey or the Mini. But that was a mistake on my part. So now he can just take the Aladdin. But that would also clear his board, so that's fine. That's fine. All right. Glad to see you all joined us. How you all doing? Well, I'm doing a lot better now, now that we won back the board. All right, let's see. We want to get this Aladdin down. We want to draw a card with her. We want to... Well, we want to get rid of the Cinderella, right? So do this, then attack into this. Play the Shield of Virtue. Use the Shield of Virtue, restand the Aladdin. Yeah, and that's game. All right, I hope you all enjoyed that.